don't smoke, don't drink. Yeah. Anyway, I fucking got kicked off Facebook yesterday.
Why?
Because I made fun of myself.
Fucking Facebook.
I made fun of myself, so I've been suspended from my own Facebook account.
What do you mean?
You know that old picture I posted of me being 19 years old?
Yeah.
In the DJ booth in Geneseo?
Yeah.
So, of course, I threw myself under the bus and I wrote, nice mullet, faggot. They suspended me from Facebook for hate speech against myself, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. I wrote them. I said, are you suspending me from Facebook for hate speech against myself? Could you please explain? I guess it's one of those key words they don't like on Facebook. I guess you can't say faggot on Facebook, even if you don't mean it in the gay way.
Facebook sucks.
Right.
They suck. I've gotten death threats on Facebook, and I wrote to them. And I don't mean just people being nasty, but I mean a couple like the things that were like from site. They don't even get back to you.
Oh yeah.
They're terrible.
During the cake stomp incident, when that went viral, I got major death threats. They let that go through. But if you say the word faggot, they'll suspend your account, I guess.
So which account is suspended? Your personal or your
yeah,
your
my own personal? Well, my fan page on Facebook, Opie Radio Fans. Yeah. So.
And how long is the suspension for using?
I don't know. I have no idea. Today, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know, because some people say that they were suspended from Facebook and they were supposed to be temporary, but then, they're still waiting. Because I guess a lot of people got suspended from Facebook because of the Jocktober shit. So,
and you can't say the word faggot, even if it's a word people don't like. You can't say it. They suspend.
I said it to myself,
but it's ridiculous.
I almost understand maybe if you say it to somebody else in a hateful way. I guess it's their world; they could do whatever they want, but. I mean, you can't even make fun of yourself.
Yeah, they're really...
I was calling myself a faggot. No one else.
When did they come down on that? There was a big thing about that with Zuckerberg. There was something that happened where they're like, well, we won't tolerate this and this and this. We want it to be a safe place. It's just...
Right. I don't know.
Maybe it's all that bullying and taunting thing. Maybe it's one of those words that as soon as it shows up somewhere.
Right.
But then again, if they're so strict about the word faggot or whatever word they are strict about, why do they let you put it there to begin with? Like, meaning, how come when you write it, it just doesn't not show up?
I'm sure there's some weird fucking bot program or something.
Right.
You know what this is about, Eric? Have you been suspended from Facebook?
A couple of times from this show.
Have you really?
I got suspended. The last time I got suspended was because I posted a photo on the O&A Facebook page. It was you.
Yay! Oh.
Next to a girl's hiney that had a thong.
Yeah, that picture's been a million times.
Got flagged and was suspended for like a week and a half.
No nudity, though. There's no official nudity in that
nothing,
photo.
But anything that's even suggestive now.
They are fucking cornballs.
That's why I stopped putting photos up on the Facebook and we put them somewhere else.
Right.
Because even the slightest little thing, if they were blurred or blocked out or whatever, still it was a violation of their guidelines.
And there's no one you can talk to.
No.
You can't write.
You can't even protest it. Like, if you got a suspension, you say, hey, I think you suspended me unfairly or for the wrong reason.
Right.
You can submit your thing, but nobody responds to you.
No, they
you
never
can't do
respond.
anything
They're
about
the
it.
worst.
You have to sit there and just take it.
I was able to respond.
No, you can send. Something.
It said if you have a problem with this, please, right. So I did.
Yeah, but nobody contacts you. Nobody lets you.
Oh, they said no one will contact.
Yeah, you have to sit there and take the punishment
Right.
and wait for it to be done so your account gets reactivated again.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey, faggot.
Yeah, but how about a contact back or something? That would be nice if they just got back to you and said, look, we read your complaint or we read your whatever. They don't. It's like you're just writing a letter to nothing. It's fucking. They're terrible.
Right. I don't know. See what happens, but I think it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
And they'll double suspend you because they own Instagram too. So if there's anything they find remotely subjective or whatever on Instagram, it goes. I used the wrong word.
Of course you did.
He used the wrong word.
Anything they find subjective.
I used the wrong word.
Yeah.
But,
objectionable.
Objectionable, thank you. And it's also tied in through your Facebook account, both get. Like, it happened to Who Kid. He put stuff up there, and his stuff is, it was a little raunchy, but there's no nudity. It's girls at clubs and stuff.
It must have all been, here's my nigga. Here's my nigga.
And you can't, they just bought WhatsApp, too, which I finally just got, that massive app of that
What
text.
is it?
It's where you kind of bypassing your phone. Like, you can talk to people anywhere I don't know. It uses your contacts. I just got it. And I'm coming off like I just fucking designed the app. I don't know exactly. But I know it's popular and it's getting 1 million new users a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how it works.
It's WhatsApp. WHATSAPP.
Right.
And hold on. I probably should have been more prepared.
It's like a messaging service that doesn't charge you, like, data. You know,
thanks.
Yeah,
I'll tell
it's
the
like
guys that.
texting,
It's like a
but-
messaging service that doesn't charge you data. Did you just say that in my ear or on the air?
in your ear.
And it could do the same thing, send pictures and stuff. Yeah.
Video.
It's pretty handy.
Nice. This guy has a comment on this.
So Facebook just bought them.
Is it a good obtuse app?
Jimmy on Long Island, what's up?
I'm right here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
How come there's always on Hip Hop World Star, whatever it is, it's hit him, nigga. They can say that, but you can't say faggot.
What, on Facebook? They let that word through?
Let's World Star Hip Hop, dude. It's a different site.
No, it's on Facebook, but it's always on that. It's always on videos and shit, Vine videos or whatever.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, written words are probably Opie wrote it. So if you write something, it's probably easier to get as opposed to because again they have a bot program that probably goes around and just finds that shit.
I would hope that's what it is, and it's a misunderstanding.
But just the idea that you can't go back and forth with them. And I know they have fucking 300 million users. They can't. I get that, but it's a tremendously frustrating system.
Yeah,
Facebook.
yeah.
They really are irritating.
Why
It's
would
not
you?
a democracy.
Why would
No.
you wreck a good thing? They have a good thing going, and they're just gonna fucking wreck
They're
it.
going to wreck it because the next thing will have a little bit more freedom on it.
You would assume if you want to get in on this social networking shit, you would make your site, have a little more freedom.
It's like anything else. They're a publicly traded company now.
Right.
They want their sponsors, and they don't want any controversy. So any of those naughty words.
Well, then how about just not? I agree with you. How about just not letting the words show up? Like if you go to type the word in,
Oh, right, yeah.
it doesn't show up, or asterisk show up, or
very good.
it shows up in red,
Right.
And it says this could get your account suspended. Instead of fucking having you go and do that, that would make more sense.
So whatever. I don't really need Facebook. Trust me. I don't give a fuck.
That's just
It's
irritating.
just ridiculous. There'll be more shit. So whatever.
I like it for family and friends.
Do you live on the 8th floor, by the way?
Yes, like Luca.
Because because Kenny woke up everybody in your building trying to find
Did he?
you.
Yeah, I heard that.
He hit every apartment number.
There's a whore in your building. Get your own man.
Jonas Rossi.
Is a whore.
He guessed that you lived on the 8th floor, and then he rang everyone
on the 8th floor.
apartment. Yeah, trying to find you.
That's so panicky. You just go. It was like. You look and you're like, where am I? What am I doing? Oh, that's right. Fuck. Yeah, my stupid alarm. I guess I didn't set it. Pulled an E-Rock. Can I throw someone under a bus? No, guess not.
So that's you just heard about the buzzer.
Yeah, that was it. It's like, why is the buzzer going off? What? I noticed it was a tinge of bluish light outside. It's like, oh no. Oh, that's not the color the outside's supposed to be.
No, or the neighbor.
Shit.
Let me say hi to Ron in Indianapolis. Ron, what's going on, bud?
Hey, Ran.
Yeah, I was just calling about that whole Facebook thing. As you guys talked about, it is a bot program, but I actually listened to a podcast from a guy that he got fired from Facebook, so you don't really know how true this is. But, there is kind of a vigilante thing that goes on behind the scenes. If people kind of think someone's being bullied or isn't saying a word they don't like, they're not supposed to, but they can actually kind of type in keywords. So when you type in something, whatever that word is, it pops up on their computer screen, and then they can personally kick you off and go outside the bot program. They're not supposed to, but there has been problems with people doing that, and then they kind of make it their own little vigilante justice.
But let's say they have a bot that looks for the word faggot in this case. So then, okay, they come up upon my post. Wouldn't you take the 10 seconds to read the post and go, oh, he's making fun of himself?
Well,
he's making fun of an old picture of himself from so many fucking years ago.
How would they know it was you? Did it say this is me?
Yes, I said it's me. So here's an old school picture of me from fucking Geneseo doing, at that point I thought it was a college radio station, so I said doing college radio, and then I just wrote nice mullet, faggot. Obviously I was talking about myself.
I would bet with the whole October thing that they probably have someone there that gets pissed off because they have to go through and, kill everyone's account on, whenever they start posting the stuff with Denny and, cocks and pussies and stuff, that they probably just get pissed off and give you one strike and you're out.
Okay. So it's probably some or a couple of assholes that just are annoyed
Exactly.
Okay. But how come there's no one you can call there? Like, I get, again, there's a billion users, but how can, it's like United Airlines. You can't you have to write in, and it's so impersonal.
Yeah, it is supposed to be without any human intrusion, but people do it, and then they get fired, and then they act like it doesn't happen.
Right.
No human intrusion. That's fucking...
No customer service.
That's the worst, though. Like United, I told you I had a thing with them, and I'm on the phone with the guy. He's like, well, you're supposed to be writing in.
Right.
I'm like, you're just writing into no one because there's no real answer. They give you some bullshit corporate answer.
Yeah.
Well, you violated our TOS, and that's it. There's no context. There's no nothing.
Well, a company like Facebook is making so much money. They should have real people looking into some of this shit instead of a dumb bot program. If that's what we're talking about here,
We have a zero tolerance policy on language.
They just spent $16 billion on this
19.
WhatsApp.
Hate speech.
Is it 19 billion?
19 billion.
Wow.
That's a lot of fucking
It
money.
is.
Jesus.
19 billion.
If you get a hold of someone that, hello, may I help you?
Good one.
All right, buddy.
He was doing so well.
Yeah,
Thank you. That's good for you. Even if the improv stuff from 1988.
Let's go to Vince in Pennsylvania. Vince.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Vince.
I have a kind of a feeling that it seems like my generation of Generation X or Y, whatever I am, is going to be known for gay rights.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay.
Gay rights in 6-second videos, and it's kind of makes me wonder what the hell's going on in this world.
Wait, you're 28?
28, yeah.
So when you were growing up, did you throw around the word faggot, but you didn't mean it in a gay way?
No, never meant it in a gay way. Just more like you're an asshole.
Yeah. That's our generation. We threw that word around way before we understood what gay was.
Yeah, 100%. Never used
And
it
if you
as
see
a
an
gay
old
hate speech or anything. If it's just more of you're a jerk off.
If you see an old school picture of you with a mullet, it's completely acceptable to say "nice mullet, faggot."
Right.
I was talking about myself.
Part of the reason is probably
Holy
because
shit.
Facebook is being, this is what their thing is probably, because it's being used by teenagers to bully each other.
Right.
And they have all these kids killing themselves because they're getting bullied on Facebook. So then Facebook's like, okay, what do we do? But then there's no context to it. There's no okay, this guy's just, making
Zero
fun of
tolerance. That's what it is. Yeah, they don't want any lawsuits.
Yeah.
They probably got legal on it. I bet they got legal on it. Let's get legal on it.
But you're right, it is publicly traded now, and that's a big problem. It's
Right. Let's say hi to Bob Levy. Bob, you're up early today, sir.
We're late.
I'm always up early listening, brother.
Hi, Bob.
They probably took you off because you kind of, they probably thought you were like a boy toucher with that picture you put up.
Oh.
No, really. I mean, look at how tender, Jim, how tender and young and vulnerable does he look? Like you can really take advantage of him?
Well, I will say that it was a slightly effeminate, rather delightful photo, if you want my opinion.
I look like a lesbian. What are you talking about?
Hey, you look tender, though. You do look kissable, on the cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Cause that's probably why they took you down, because they'll take you down for almost anything. I got taken down for a month once.
For what reason?
Just, screaming about somebody. And they take you down. And then they put you back up. You make another account, and then they put you back up.
Yeah, but what about all your friends, your Facebook friends?
No, it comes back after a while, whenever they decide. It could be a month later.
Right.
But
You don't know how long you're suspended for?
Somebody else's picture. And you were calling them a faggot, not knowing that it was you.
But it's obvious I was calling myself a faggot, and it was also done in a humorous way.
Yeah, but it's
I think you're supposed to. I thought you were supposed to have some leeway if you use some of these crazy words in a humorous way. Like someone
on Facebook.
Huh?
On Facebook, you can.
Yeah, obviously, I'm learning that. I'm already very careful with what I post, but I didn't realize you couldn't use the word faggot. Maybe they should list all the words, because I looked to see what I violated, and the only thing I could think of was hate speech.
You know what?
Hate speech against myself.
Exactly what they should do. Just list the words.
List
you
all the
can't
words.
say. List them.
Because I could call myself a million other fucking things. I'll avoid the word faggot next time.
Somebody probably did something and like wrote to them saying that you used the word faggot, and that's why they just knock you off for no reason.
Well, do they have a report button where you could report people?
Yeah,
of course.
It's great.
Yeah, so that's
Report
probably
someone.
happened.
Yeah, anonymously reports.
Everyone is telling on everyone else.
Yes, bunch of little rats.
A lot of
Country of secret snitches.
Snitches.
We hate the NSA. We are all the NSA.
Yeah.
We are.
We're worse than the NSA. The NSA probably will never get around to you.
right.
All
No, we're a bunch of faggots.
They didn't say how long you're suspended for?
No, I have no
It's
idea.
nothing. Just
Maybe it
you're
was
suspended.
there. I was just whatever.
It'll just come back. It'll just come back in like anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. You'll see.
No letter of suspension had been sent.
You're in trouble now, sir.
Oh, boy.
All right, Bob. Let me say hi to Tony in Brooklyn. Tony,
Let's drink to your mullet. Let's drink to your mullet.
what's up, Tony?
Oh, that guy Fitz you just talked to is 28 years old. Did you just lump yourself in with in the same generation as Fitz, the 28-year-old?
Yeah, good
Being
one.
almost double his age?
Yeah, good one. Is that what I was doing?
Punch it out.
Or was I trying to compare the generations to see if shit has changed over the years? I think that's the point I was going for.
Oh, boy.
Because, yeah, obviously I'm much older, and when we were growing up, we used the word faggot a lot. So I was wondering if the newer generation, is saying the same shit.
He didn't see it that way.
Obviously. Let's say hi to Al in Virginia. Al.
What's up, Opie?
Hey, buddy.
About a month ago, about 2 months ago, I was suspended from Facebook. One of my friends made a subliminal post, in regards to how he was issued a citation for posting Christmas ornaments, and the neighbors found it very offensive.
Good.
And then every single person was just commenting, "Oh, that's outrageous," blah, blah, blah. "Oh, you should be offended by that, too." And I just simply said, quote, unquote, "Jews." There, I said it. And apparently they found that offensive, and I got suspended for 2 days.
For saying Jew?
Yep.
In a non-derogatory manner. That's,
It's just the way Jews. There.
Yeah, they're really fucking awful. Facebook, it's goody gumdrops.
Right.
Goody gumdrops. Connect with family and friends. Goody gumdrops. Fucking assholes.
John in Philly, what's up?
Hey,
guys.
Hey.
Last night I was watching Adult Swim, and I saw there was a commercial, a PSM, using the gay word. You can't say gay anymore. There was a couple of girls looking at their clothes saying, "Oh, this is so gay. This is so gay." And then somebody comes in.
What was the outfit, though? It was fucking pants with a hole in the back.
You're suspended,
Yes.
Jimmy.
Oh, is it those commercials that were hot about a year ago? The NBA did it. Where
I don't know.
People would use to say, "Oh, that looks so gay," and then some idiot comes walking onto the set to say how bad that word is to say.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Can you find that commercial? It's ridiculous.
That's because you gay.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right.
Goodbye.
Let me say hi to Chris in Jersey. What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys? What's
Hey.
going on?
All right.
Dude, so this Facebook thing, it's just even one more exhausting fucking issue with this country. Like, I can't stand how you got to be sensitive about everything. People are talking about these kids getting bullied and shit. Dude, if you told your kid, like, just go back after somebody to stop calling me a fucking faggot or I'm going to knock you out, even he wouldn't want to go kill himself if they have some kind of outlet. It's just frustrating. You can't say a word to anybody anymore.
Right.
They're trying to counteract. It's a really weird balance. There's no balance. Like, you're trying to find the difference between these teenagers, these shitty teenagers who are bullying kids and they can't handle it, so they jump off the roof, and they can't differentiate between that and a grown-up just joking around saying a word. And they're like, well, you wouldn't use the word nigger that way, but the word nigger wasn't used that way growing up. We didn't call each other niggers in the yard. You knew back then that was a fucking horrific word,
Right.
and you knew that those were fighting words. That
Knew
was
the proper way to use it.
Absolutely. You mumble it with the windows up, for Pete's sake. But you know what I mean? It's like they're trying to do something good, but they're just they're failing. Because
But dude, like, I get it. They're trying to do something good, but it's like, how far are we going to boil this down where you can't say anything to anybody?
I know, it's ridiculous.
Not a single fucking word, man. It's just... you work in corporate America, you can't say anything. You can't even say Christmas anymore. It's unbelievably
Yeah, it's
annoying.
ridiculous.
I'm trying to think of the equivalent, though, to like social media. Back when we were growing up, that wouldn't allow certain words, but there isn't really, what, on a note you're passing to someone? Like, there's really no other kind of similar outlet.
And it's not working. I mean, bullying is completely out of control.
Yeah.
Completely. They could do all the PSAs they want.
Right.
They could get all the celebrities talking about it. Ellen DeGeneres could start a campaign. Bullying is completely out of control. Completely.
And here's an idea.
And this is not. And hold on, my second point. And we're not going to fix it by banning words. Trust me. It's It's a mindset. And now that it's very easy to bully, everyone's doing it. Everyone.
Yeah, when you look
everyone's
at
bullying.
Someone our age, you'd look at it as just these fucking a hater or whatever.
Right.
You block them, you blow it off. But as a kid, imagine just being inundated by fucking abuse like you get on Twitter and stuff. We laugh about it because
we're celebrities,
because we're famous and hard skinned. But if you're a kid, you're fucking taking all of that to heart.
That is true. When you went home when you were a kid, it was done.
Right.
When you were a kid, now you can't get away from it.
No.
You log on to your Facebook and it's all over you. You go on to Twitter and it's all over you.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit different now. People are like, well, they're pussies now. Maybe, but they also are getting hit with it a lot harder than we did a lot more often.
Right. All right. Let's say hi to Doug in Syracuse. Doug.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I've just been listening to this conversation. You guys sound so fucking whiny about this Facebook stuff. It's unbelievable. Who cares about Facebook banning the word faggot? It's insane. You guys have been complaining about this stuff for like months and months. You've been talking about this.
No,
why do you guys want to say faggot so badly?
It's not about wanting to say the word faggot.
Nice try, Doug. But first of all, we bring it up every once in a while because it's a really important topic in America.
I love you guys, and I listen all the time. But you talk about this all the time.
No, we don't talk about it all the time.
Yeah, and it's happening all the time anyway. It's not like it's not happening, dude.
Why wouldn't people that broadcast care about free speech and words and things that you can say on public on social media?
And you should be concerned.
It's not public. It's a private company that
in public.
It's being used as public. You know what he's talking about, dude.
Come on.
Well, Mr. Semantics.
And it's slowly making its way onto satellite radio, so you should be concerned.
I'm not concerned.
There's a million things. There's a million things. There's a million things we used to be able to do. We can't do anymore. It's already here on satellite radio. It's just a matter of time before they get into the language thing here. You should be very concerned.
I'm not concerned.
Well, then
work a day gym where
then enjoy the watered down entertainment that's coming your way, because this is where it all leads to.
We're already fucked. There's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, that's good.
That's what a silly
What a
attitude
loser.
that is.
What cubicle do you fucking hang out in?
I wish I had a job in a fucking cubicle. I don't have a fucking job in a cubicle. It'd be great if I had a job
Is he
in a
regular
cubicle.
Joe, this guy? Hey, what are you going to do?
But dude, the guy...
Regular Joe, I'm listening to you guys.
You never should have the what are you going to do attitude. Never. You should fight right to your last breath.
Yee.
Over shit like this.
Because the point is, Doug, like you'll be, is your name Doug, right? You'll be at your job, and
What is
this
your job?
Annoying to us, but like you'll be at your job one day, and you'll be joking with somebody, and you'll call them a fag, or you'll just do something innocent. It'll be overheard. It'll go to the fucking what's the human resources, and
I'm not human resources. I work at a restaurant. We just have a boss.
Okay, but whatever. But like, eventually you'll get a job where there's a human resources, and you'll be fired for something. All right, you just whatever. Doug.
All right,
I don't know
Doug,
what to tell
thank you.
You're right. Just stop listening then.
No surprise you work in a restaurant.
Exactly. Exactly. But the point is, people who are like, who cares? Then one day they wonder, where's my job?
Yeah, what happened?
I just sent an email. It had an Obama joke. There was nothing mean about that.
Yeah, who cares? The phones are completely lit. People are all have comments about it, and they've had to deal with this in their own little worlds.
And
Stop talking about it.
There's 300 million people on Facebook. It's something that every single person I know uses in some form or another.
Right.
But not Restaurant Doug. No. What do I know? I dropped the rolls over here. I put
Todd in Florida.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
I'm the one who reported Opie.
No.
Oh yeah, why'd you do that?
Well, that word has so much more power than you guys think about. You know, I actually do a little radio show myself, and there was an argument, and it had nothing to do with my radio show.
Are you trying to do Fez? This is the worst Fez impression I've ever heard in my life.
I didn't know that, though. Whenever I hear Todd, I never know that that's actually Fez.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes.
Let's say hi to Paul in Maryland.
Paul.
At least give it an effort if you can do Fez.
Right?
Hi, Paul.
What's up, Paul?
How you doing, guys?
Hey.
There is a BuzzFeed, the website, had a new buzzword coming out, and they called it microaggressions. Have you heard this one yet?
Yeah, absolutely. That fucking Canadian.
What is this?
It's big in Canada in the colleges.
It's fucking disgusting.
What
It's
is
simply like if you ask somebody who may be LGBT, whatever, and you ask them if they, where's your husband, or well, why do you dress like a man? That's considered a microaggression.
Here's what happened in Canada. Not to interrupt you, dude, but
this is happening in America too. Or?
I'm sure it is, yeah. But Canada's a little more PC than we are,
yeah.
Right?
But there was a guy in his school. He had some position like in student government, and he had sent an email with Obama kicking in a door. It was like a Photoshop, and it was something about school.
It said midterms, get out of here.
Yeah, midterms, get out of here. And he was hit with a microaggression because he was perpetuating a stereotype of African American aggression.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
wow.
And to the guy who called up, that's the problem. Like that guy Doug.
Yeah.
It's this obsessive nonsense,
right?
And it happens, and now that guy who is probably in a college, who's probably politically correct himself,
right?
I'm very sorry, I didn't mean to come out and apologize.
With a microaggression.
Yeah. However, if it was a white president, they wouldn't say that.
Not at all.
It was simply just a silly little Photoshop. Had nothing to do with Obama.
Goes with my
black.
micro penis.
Exactly, and my microphone. That's what I talk on, not into.
I mean, if you follow this down the path, are we going to start getting screwed for like just facial expressions, things like that? You look at somebody wrong, and somebody's going to have a complaint.
Yeah, because this shit doesn't. They don't get to a point where they go, okay, now we're good, and we stop. It's people that have nothing better to do with their lives.
And there's already facial expression problems. You can't wink at a girl in the hallway or give her the old eyebrows or something. If she's got a problem, she could go to human resources and say, it's a microaggression.
I had an issue here because looking at a girl, I would walk by and I would stare at her crotch and make echo noises. They said you can't imply that her vagina is a giant fucking hollowed out cave.
Yes, that's a maxi aggression.
Macro aggressions, absolutely.
All right, man. Let's go to Colin. What's up, Colin?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
So, I mean, I'm 30. I'm going to be 30 in June, and in our generation, like we would get bullied in school, like we wear fucking silly pants or something, and it would end at 3 o'clock. And now these kids go home and they fucking just get it all until they go to bed.
All day long. Bullying is completely out of control, and they're attacking it the wrong way. Period.
Absolutely.
Period. There is a reasonable way they should address the online bullying. It almost seems impossible to contain.
Yeah, you teach people a certain way, like you can't allow it to affect you as much, and go after the people who are doing it, but differentiate between real bullying and a guy calling himself a faggot for a shitty photo.
Well, Twitter and Facebook and the rest has taught us all that the world is just filled with fucking assholes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Period.
And the anonymity, so it's hard to go after them.
Yeah.
Which makes you more of a pussy than anything else.
Absolutely.
Wasn't Huffington Post not going to allow anonymous posters after a while? Like, didn't they say they were no more? You have to
Really? Yeah. That's impossible to fucking do either.
Eventually they'll figure it out.
Make accounts and you just,
Eventually they'll figure that out. I think that's where that shit is heading.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope that you can't do it anonymously anymore.
Right. Let me say hi to thank you, Jerry in Connecticut. Jerry.
Yeah. We had HR come to the plant yesterday because somebody called up and complained because one of the supervisors had a family picture on the beach and his wife was wearing a bikini, so somebody was offended. So we all had to do harassment training.
Was she fat?
Yeah.
She was actually very pretty.
Well, it's also probably somebody who hated the supervisor.
Yeah, maybe.
So they'll take any offense and just try to get them in trouble or get them a reprimand.
But all you had to go through harassment training to learn what's acceptable?
Yeah, everybody in the plant had to do harassment
Christ.
training. It was an hour and a half of harassment training.
Oh, my God.
By the end, you all have rods. You're all tugging your pricks.
All right, guys.
All right.
Tugging your pricks. Jesus.
Let's say hi to John in South Carolina. John.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I got a question. I'm not really big on social medias, but what's the difference between your offensive language and like offensive photos that pests put on people's walls without even soliciting them?
Well, when they do that, the consequence is they do get suspended from Facebook.
But they make, accounts just to do that.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you mean, what's the difference?
I think he's saying, why don't they get suspended? But they do.
Oh, they get suspended. Is that what you're asking, John?
Is he there?
Johnny.
John's giving us the silent treatment.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, John.
Like
Didn't mean
that.
to be out of line.
Gee.
Greg in D.C., what's up?
Greg?
Good morning, boys. Long-time listener, first-time
More
caller.
information, Greg.
Just calling to say I'm not sure if you guys have noticed the irony in you bitching on radio about not being able to say one word, and while you're bitching, you're cursing up a storm while doing it on radio.
Yeah. Yeah, none of this makes sense.
Okay, I mean, I totally agree with you. Don't get me wrong. Totally agree with you. There are a bunch of faggots over at Facebook, which is probably why they don't want you to write faggot. But we have progressed. We are moving forward. No. We don't have nudity on CNN. We can't curse on CNN, but we can say things on TV we couldn't say before.
Yeah, but you can curse on CNN. Dude, you actually can have nudity and curse. They're not FCC bound because cable is a subscription service.
Right.
They self-police for advertisers.
Yeah,
That's
they
a
choose
choice
not
they make,
to.
but they're allowed to.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
There's horrific video coming out of the Ukraine that you can see on any fucking news channel easily.
Yeah.
Just turn on your TV today. They're going to show you all sorts of horrific shit. But God forbid somebody curses on the same fucking channel, then all hell breaks loose. That's what I mean by it. None of this makes sense.
Yeah, it's silly.
Oh, yeah.
I'd much rather have my kid hear a curse word, the word faggot, all those words, than seeing some of the fucking bloodshed that you could see anytime you turn on the fucking TV. That's way more horrific to me than language.
No, absolutely. We live in a time when no one is trying to help us figure out how in 1 second we can watch someone get their head lopped off and someone else called a pussy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a injured ranger expecting first baby. They just showed a horrific picture of someone in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
That's a horrible image that was just shown on TV as we're having this discussion.
Yeah. All right, boys. Thank you very much. I'm punching out.
But if someone went on, and said, wow, that's a fucked up picture. Oh, my God. All hell would break loose. Let's see. There was something here. Oh, this guy worked on the algorithm for Facebook. Michael in Orlando, what's up? Michael.
Maybe his name's not Michael.
Michael, Orlando, Facebook.
Everyone just say hi.
Offensive words.
Yes,
you. What's your name?
Michael Sanducci.
Oh, my God. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
I work for the human-assisted robotics branch at Facebook, and what we did, we made the algorithm that goes out and finds all those dirty words you use. Because, let me tell you, 15 years ago, I was in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, with Jim Norton riding 6-gear motorcycles, and he open-mouth kissed me.
Uh-huh. And what
And
happened?
and then we went and found a bunch of trannies, and they slapped us in the face with their big tranny black cocks.
Hold on, this guy could be legit.
Punch it out, guys. Love you guys. Love the show. Thank you. First time caller, long time listener.
Right, you fucking douchebag.
Let's say hi to Brett in Philly.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey, man.
Yes, I'm a principal. My wife's a teacher. We work at 2 different schools.
Ooh.
She got an email from...
Where'd you meet, at a nerd convention?
She got an email from a mother checking on her kid, and she wrote back, "He's doing good. He's just having some trouble with the bigger kids." Well, the B on the keyboard is right next to the N on the keyboard.
No way.
So she wrote that to a parent and realized that after she got a response from the parent, she was reprimanded, even though it was like an obvious typo. The class was 99% African American.
We're not completely unreasonable here. That's a tough one.
Yeah, she didn't get fired, right?
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
I believe you that it was a mistake, but what are they supposed to do?
Wow.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't fire her because of the context. They obviously knew it was a mistake.
Right.
But when you read that, like, hey, you got to be careful because of the nigger kids, it's kind of hard to say to the principal, why did you write that to a parent?
Right.
You can't just tell a parent to walk that one off.
Right. At least they didn't fire her.
Yeah.
But I think that's a tough one, man.
Yes.
That's unfortunate. Is what that is.
I found it pretty amusing.
How many times I've inadvertently written bigger?
That damn pesky B button.
Yes, they are very close.
Right. Let's say hi to Kevin in Arizona. Kevin.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I don't understand how anybody cannot be concerned about the direction of this country's going in with this language shit. This dishwasher Doug is living in a fucking bubble.
Dishwasher Doug.
Yes, he's living in a bunch of bubbles and suds.
Pots and pans.
But, you know, I'm a dumb fucking truck driver out of here. And
As we assume that.
about this language.
You're a fan of the show. I'm kidding.
But, you know, in the trucking industry now, they're putting cameras and microphones in the trucks to listen in on
Microphones?
on the conversations what you're having going down the road with whoever. They're becoming intrusive on everything, on every level. And you guys bring it to the forefront.
As long as you're doing your job, who gives a fuck what you're saying in your own cab?
Well, see, but that's
a lot of these jobs, unfortunately, and are shitty jobs that people just have to have, and then they turn around and make it even worse.
Yeah,
an even shittier job.
Yeah, and that's what it's become because, you know, we go down the road and I'll talk to a number of my friends, and we're sitting there razzing each other all the time. We call each other faggots all the time, and dickheads, and whatever.
What else?
But we have certain individuals and within the ranks of the companies that are offended by, we have a girl working here. Oh, you can't say anything to this girl because she's looking for a lawsuit.
I can't believe it's hit the trucking industry. That's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
You guys should be able to do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're doing your job properly.
I bet they consider it like a character issue. So if they hear you saying certain things, even on your own time, they can base who you are and what, the type of person you are by derogatory slurs or things like that, and then fire you for that.
See, the problem is, like, this wouldn't be an issue if nobody complained when they got fired. Like, all the people that go, like, who cares, let it go. When they get called into human resources for something stupid or innocuous or the picture of the wife or the fucking sexy joke that gets taken out of context, and they're like, well, I violated terms of service, I'm fired. That would be fine. But when it happens, people are like, what the fuck happened? I didn't...
Right.
But meanwhile, when everybody else got fired, you didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Right. It's ridiculous. All right, Kevin, thank you.
Thank you, Louis.
Welcome, Kevin. Damn truckers, all politically correct. That's sad.
Yeah.
A friend of mine got a surprise drug test yesterday, and that got me thinking, too. Why
it's a weird gift.
But why that? As long as you're doing your job, what the fuck? Who gives a fuck what you're doing?
What does he do for a living? A sperm donor.
Regular office shit. Nothing where it would be important to be, completely sober or whatever. But if you're on the weekend, smoking a little pot and stuff, and then you go to work on Monday or Tuesday and they surprise drug test you, I don't think that's right either. That's none of their fucking business as long as you're doing your job properly.
You're doing your job,
or if you're not a pilot or something.
No, this absolutely is not in that type of work.
Tap dancer.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Very
he's
dangerous.
not. But I mean, if you show the signs that something's not right, then okay, fine. But just people that are just, working hard and they absolutely do their jobs proper, and then they could get fucked for a drug test out of nowhere. I think that's completely ridiculous, too. Why did they start that shit?
How did that get started in those industries where it doesn't really matter?
No, I would understand some of the professions, I guess, but,
If you're a cop, I don't want you doing cocaine. If you're
all jacked up,
and also you don't want someone getting addicted to something that's so expensive. There's certain professions, but if you're just a regular guy,
this is regular office shit. He's not out there with the public.
Again, that goes with context and complete lack of it in going through all this shit.
Oh, and this person passed, but it just got me thinking, like, what the fuck? Your life isn't yours anymore whatsoever.
No, you're right.
It's just not.
Yeah, you can't even lead your life.
No. They own you.
Freedoms.
They own you so they could give you a shitty paycheck every 2 weeks.
Bastards.
What the fuck is this guy talking about? Troy in Tampa, what's up?
Hey, yeah, that last trucker that was on the phone was full of shit. The microphones and the cameras in the vehicles have nothing to do with PC language or anything like that. I work for a fleet tracking company. It's because truck drivers will get into like an accident, maybe not in the larger trucks, sometimes in the smaller ones, like they'll hit somebody or they'll hit a vehicle and they'll never report it. And then the company will get something that they're getting sued about an accident and they never found out about it. So they put the cameras in the vehicle so they can actually track that type of stuff. So if a vehicle gets into an accident, they know it ahead of time. They can respond appropriately and all that shit. And also the microphones are, if they're doing a side job or something like that, they can track that. It has nothing to do with them
but then you're
calling, yep.
Then you're in your cab and you know this is recording you and you're going to have to be on your best behavior.
Yeah, it's going to have a secondary effect there.
And I'm always suspicious of this shit. Yeah. Because what else will they use it for down the road?
You're right, but they're not looking for that. Like usually the people that own these type of companies, they're truckers themselves. They're not, if anything, they protect their driver on something like that at any cost. They're mainly just looking to cover their own ass on an accident or a side job.
But they usually get it out there, again, under the guise that it's good for you, it's helping you, it's making everyone safe, and then they find other ways to use it. Yeah. Easy Pass is always a good example. Hey, look, you got Easy Pass. You don't have to wait on the toll line anymore. Oh, great. It's very convenient. Wait, I got a ticket because it timed how long it took me to get between point A and A and B? Or it's being used in a divorce case because it's showing that I'm using a bridge that isn't on its way to my house or something. It's always that way. They never just throw something at you. We talked about the progressive insurance thing they put in your car to, like a little black box to see how fast you're going, and it lowers your rates. It's great until the insurance company uses it against you because you were driving like an asshole.
Yeah, but they can track you from your phone. Like literally, somebody showed me something on the iPhone which I didn't know, and I mean, some of you Apple guys who I of course know this, but there's additional information. Apple always knows where you are.
Yes,
but it was just one extra button to scroll, and I was like, holy fuck, it had the addresses of where I had been.
Wow.
And I didn't realize.
That stuff is true, but we don't say that because we work for the company and we won't make money anymore. I work for a tracking company, so we don't go over that stuff.
Oh, you do you?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, well, there's a camera in my vehicle mounted.
Oh.
But it faces me because what happened was I would get home and people would be writing me and they'd be, do you know what adorable faces you make when you drive? So I decided to film it and then rewatch myself when I get home, which I do at night.
Oh, Jesus. Imagine Jimmy alone in its dark apartment.
Watching myself.
Watching yourself.
Oh, look. Blink, 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 blink.
I am adorable.
Yeah. Blink. Head leans over the passenger seat for 20 minutes, then back up. Blink, blink, blink.
Oh, view blocked of Jimmy by Adam's apple.
Wait a minute.
It's a tranny.
I got it. Oh. It's just mean-spirited. Yes. I'm reporting you. What's your account? Yanked. And by account, I mean life.
Let's go to Paul in Jersey. Paul.
Yay!
Paulie, what's up?
Hey, I'm here. Sorry about that. Real quick, I've been banned since, or whatever, blocked since, who was the name of the girl that retired? I'm sorry, Philly. The intern, when she left, you guys had a party for her with the cake and all that stuff, and then you put up a bunch of photos on the ONA page, and me and a few other people made comments, and since then we've been, you can't like anything, you can't comment again.
Jackie or Sydney, I'm sure.
6 months ago?
It was Jackie or Sydney.
Jackie or Sydney.
About 8 months ago.
Right.
Yeah, about 6 months ago. What was your post?
I'll be honest, I don't remember. I know I mentioned the word jizz somewhere in there about the but there were people there when I had gone back and to check other comments. I mean, there was stuff way worse than that. I don't know if the N-word was out there, but I know Who Kid. There was a couple of photos of him, like, getting up on her or whatever. And people wrote a lot less, a lot worse than that, and they were still on there, like, hours later. The comments were still up there. So I was curious. I was wondering if you guys had someone that actually.
Oh, we didn't. We have nothing. We're not banning you for using the word jizz on our Facebook page.
We love jizz.
Exactly, dude. You can mention any beverage you want.
I didn't think so.
No, of course not.
I mean, that's the thing that sucks. You don't know who reported you. You have no clue who it was that reported you.
Well, obviously, Facebook has a whole list of words that they don't want you, writing on your post. So maybe it's time to show all the words that you're not allowed to use,
or flag them when they come up.
Because I could see using the word jizz in a humorous way, and there's a difference.
Right. And I actually messaged you too, but you never answered. I was kind of
sorry.
About that,
Sorry about that. I try to get back
with
to
the
people.
kids. I understand.
What if you use 2 9s instead of the G's?
Oh, I'm sure they got that figured out too.
Yeah, they'll suspend you for that too.
But
the clever little ways of getting around those words. Yes.
Oh, hold on. This guy wants to comment about the guy in Tampa, the trucking thing, where the guy said, the real reason why they're using cameras and microphones. Now we have another trucker pissed off. Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, man, I hate to use the cliche. That guy's full of shit, but he is. I was stuck in traffic going across the New Jersey Turnpike, so I had to take a piss, right?
Yeah.
So they have certain things in the truck where if you slam on brakes hard or swerve a certain way, the camera turns on. Well, sometimes on the Jersey Turnpike, you have to slam on brakes. Well, I slammed on brakes because of traffic. Well, after about an hour and a half of sitting there, I had to, pee in my Gatorade bottle. Well, they were tracking me, and about a week later, I got pulled into the office. They showed me the video of me, standing up, pulling my dick, pissing in a Gatorade bottle, and the woman that was tracking me said it was inappropriate activity.
Oof.
Not called for, and I got terminated.
There you go. I know this is true.
So that guy talking about for insurance purposes. No, yeah, they use it for accidents, but they have a camera facing outward and they have a camera facing inward to make sure that you're not talking on the phone or texting. But if you slam on that camera turns on.
That's right. And every single guy has peed into a fucking bottle.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ. while they've been driving. Every single fucking guy listening.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I believe you too, Robert.
All right, thanks, man.
And then you motherfuck the trucking company, but they've probably been sued because somebody was texting it. So what the trucking company says, you probably have to sign something like if you're texting and you have an accident, you what's the word when you relieve somebody of responsibility?
We've heard it here all the time.
Yes, many times. Indemnify.
Right.
Maybe there's something like, well, hey, if you are texting or you're drinking and driving, you indemnify the company.
Yeah.
So they want to fucking film you and make sure that you're not texting and having an accident, so they can't be. It's all this legal. It's all comes down to legal shit and getting sued.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a guy. Yeah. Here's a guy. Ryan in Philly. Go ahead.
Ryan.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, Ryan.
I run an ambulance company opposite the door.
He must be fast.
We have GPS units and cameras on our ambulances. The cameras are there if the crew gets into an accident, okay? It rewinds the last 30 seconds, all that stuff. But the GPS units are there so we can find out where they are, and we fuck them left and right on it.
Oh, yeah?
Well, we track everywhere they go. So, if you're supposed to be up in northeast Philly and you're down in Kensington getting a blowgie, we can't do that. I don't know if you guys know what a blowgie is. So it's a blowjob and a hoagie, but this is what the guys do. Fuck up all day long.
Wait a minute. First of all, where do they sell those? Great combination.
Kensington, he said.
Kensington.
That's a rough area. Jesus Christ.
I love a hoagie and a blowjob.
I would imagine the hoagies suck as much as the blowjobs down there.
Probably.
It's a lot of fucking cracked out people down in the Kensington area.
Dropping lettuce into some girl's hair as she slobbers on your penis. Did I ever tell you the time I got a hooker, a Spanish girl, and she had been eating peanut brittle? And I'm not
brittle?
Yeah, and my cock smelled like peanut butter, which I literally could smell the peanut butter. She was eating like hard, crunchy peanut butter cookies or something.
Right. That's disgusting.
You're telling me.
Yuck.
Try going home with that and your straight Asian pubes. That's why I shave them. My pubes are Asian looking.
But everyone knows the GPS thing is happening, so who the fuck would take a chance and go to Kensington for a blowgie there, Ryan?
I never said my employees were the brightest bunch of dick dogs in the group, but, that's okay.
Right.
They get the job done. But the other thing is the owner of my company yesterday installed cameras with recording device speakers in my office. So now I need to
go outside on my cell phone to complain about the sneaky fucking Russian because I can't do it in my office anymore. The dispatcher called me up. He's micing everything now.
People hiding from the electronic devices.
Everyone's
So fucked up,
Everyone's
man.
just telling on everyone.
Just rats.
Do you hear this, Doug? Stupid Doug.
Oh, he's scrubbing away at a pot. Oh,
Yes,
this
yeah.
spaghetti sauce is burnt on.
He's complaining.
Oh,
everyone's just telling on each other.
Country of fucking sin. But it's the whole world. It's Canada. It's England. It's everywhere.
It's disgusting.
Yep.
All right.
Guys, I'm punching out. Have a
Bye.
good one.
All right, one more, and then we'll move on to something else. Richard in Philly, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, Dick.
Hey, thanks. My point of view is the client side, because I totally disagree with the truckers. At the end of the day, if there's a lawsuit, it's the client who's got to pay for it. And Jimmy's right that it definitely is becoming money and lawsuits, but that's really what it's all about. Why all these technologies in the trucks? Because if an accident happens, the company's liable for it. The driver might be a little liable for it, but the client's 100% liable for it.
Always goes back to the lawyers.
That's all it's about. It's all it's about. But unfortunately, that's all the bullshit of the world.
Yeah, for the accident, maybe, but it's just the fact that they use it for so many other things to fuck the people over under the guise that it's for the accidents and insurance, but it's not.
Well, there was a big accident in Philly today. That was a big truck that turned over and a guy died. I guarantee you that someone's going to be suing that company, even if it wasn't the driver's fault.
But that's going to happen, regardless.
Yeah, but if the technology's in the truck and shows that it wasn't the driver's fault, then the company isn't liable.
Yeah, and that's a point where it's like it is invasive, but people, and the lawsuits can be legitimate. I mean, if you're driving and a guy fucking plows into you, you should sue him.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this greed that we've displayed, this unnecessary litigation, this grabbing for, and we wonder why fucking the companies respond to protect themselves when a lot of times it's not reasonable. It's not fucking the right thing. If you fuck that company, I'm just going to grab money from them. Right. And what are they supposed to do? Not respond and protect themselves?
Very true. But also with the new DOT laws out there, there's so much more restriction out there on these truck drivers these days.
Yeah.
It's not fair for the drivers, of course. It's not fair for the company, but that's the way the government's putting in these laws and these rules to try to protect everyone.
But then you got
I don't think it's right, but that's what it is.
But then you got that guy that was pissing in a fucking bottle, and he gets fired for it, using the same equipment you'd use for the accident protection.
He's bullshitting. I don't believe.
I don't know. I kind of believe that.
I kind of believe that.
I kind of believe a woman would be like,
right.
Maybe. But at the end of the day, it really does come down to money.
Again, it's always the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Notice that? Nothing ever gets done at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
That's the problem with this country.
Right.
At the beginning of the day. But
what's the end of the day? The last half hour? Last half hour, everyone decides to do everything?
11:40.
Right.
A lot of stuff gets done.
Sure does. Chris in Wisconsin.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I'm a cattle hauler. I've been doing it for 10 years.
hauler.
Drives E-Rock to work.
Fuck you guys. But listen, this is very
Sir, I'm still laughing at that fucking Eric Fat joke.
It's okay. I'm kidding. He looks great, by the way. He is losing weight.
All right, guys.
But I delivered a load of cows in California, and I couldn't get them out of the trailer. I got trapped inside the trailer. And basically, after about 30 minutes of no one helping me, I fucking yelled at him and said, "Get the fuck out of my trailer." And someone overheard that and reported me. And now I got USDA crawling up my fucking ass.
Come on.
I got to take courses. No, that's
This
not
guy's
what
hilarious. What, for cursing at cows?
Yeah, I swear, dude. We're not allowed. Here's the thing, dude. It's so strict now. You can't use a shocker to get them off anymore. You can't use a hot shot on a lot of the cattle. And it's not that you try to hurt them. They look down your trailer and they don't want to fucking go down. So there you are, stuck in the trailer or on the outside, climbing on the side of the fucking trailer trying to get them out. And it's 100 fucking degrees out. And you have nothing to protect
You can't
yourself.
zap them anymore.
Wait, you can't zap them even though you're leading them to the slaughterhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Is there? Do you guys? There's a big case or a big thing in Danish, whatever, in Europe, where in order to kill animals, they have to zap them first. I guess render them whatever.
Right.
But Jews and other religious groups are complaining because for the food to be kosher, they have to be slaughtered while they're awake. Ooh. And the Danish, which I actually like that the Danish group or whatever it was said, no, the fucking animal rights come before religion, which I kind of like. A lot of people won't like that. So I don't mind eating meat, but just fucking knock the cocksucker out first. But if your religion says that he has to be awake while you cut his throat, well, fuck you.
Jesus, that's rough.
So are we like that here or no? You don't have to zap him first.
Nah, they just put that bolt through their head.
Oh, they do.
Make it all quick.
The No Country for Old Men thing.
Right.
Where you put that thing against the guy's head and just poof.
Oh, is that how they kill him?
Yeah.
Is it instant?
The bolt. Yeah, it pretty much just fucking sends a piece of skull right through their brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they reuse the bolt?
And they're delicious. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a piece of metal that kind of pops out of a...
Punctures
it doesn't leave the device.
It
just
punctures
goes,
the skull.
Yeah.
And then uses that skull fragment against you.
And they die immediately.
Pretty
they're
much.
pretty fucking... They do that stiff leg thing. And then they're tasty treats.
So, Chris, you really cursed at the cattle, and that's what got you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's the rules are you can't cuss, you can't show any type of aggression toward the animals. You can't you can't, like, we used to have these wooden sticks, and they're not sharp or anything. It's not like that. But you can't jab them or nothing. You have a rattle paddle, and you can go shooka shooka, please get off my trailer. That's
Oh my God, this is too much.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. Like, dude, I've had it like, or I've literally, where you go to pick up your animals or something, and they're like, oh yeah, we can't let you load out here with a hot shot. Dude, it'll take you an hour and a half in the fucking heat. You'll be sweating your balls off, but like,
don't upset
you can hit
the
shit out
moo-moo
of them
cow.
with the rattle paddle. You can hit the shit out with the, with something else, but you can't shock them to get them on the trailer because
A rattle paddle.
Yeah, that's what we call it, dude. What do you want?
And the smart cattle, they're not going to move. They understand what's going on.
No.
They're going to be like, fuck you, right?
Sir, I got a solution for you, sir. Here's what you do. You get your truck, you put it in reverse, you do about 90, and you jam on the brakes and watch them all fly out. Oh, would that be hilarious?
Anthony, I swear sometimes I don't know where you get your...
I'm incorrigible.
Yeah.
That means gay.
Jesus. Bill in Pennsylvania. Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, I'm a truck driver and stuff, and I live in my truck. I live in it 7 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time.
Oh, wow.
And they had before, they had a camera in for a time being, and I kept saying, you know what? I'm in the back there watching a movie in my pajamas, sometimes with a shirt on. I'm not. And all of a sudden you'll look up and you'll see that little red light come on. And I'm in a truck stop.
That's what I'm talking about. They have no business doing that as long as you're doing your job proper.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. You live in that thing.
It's basically their home.
Right.
These guys are on the road for weeks at a time. It's literally their bedroom.
How big is your truck? Like, how big is the trailer inside the cab?
Shit.
It's
a box.
It's about 10 feet in the air, and it's like a big lip. It's like an RV.
So can you? So you? Cause I love those big. I'm dying to go in one of those giant cabs. You have like a little bunk in the back, and what's above you? That little thing that kind of comes up on the roof. It looks like a little half a V. Is that for storage, or is that where you sleep?
Yeah. They got this one here. Has got bunk beds in it. I could put the top down, and another person could sleep in here.
And can you shit in there anywhere, dude? Or do you have to have a porta potty, or do you have to go into a rest stop every time?
Go in a rest stop. But there is ones that got a little bit bigger than this. They got showers and everything.
Jesus.
They got showers in those fucking cabs?
Yeah, they're not fucking around anymore. But the point is that they turned the camera on while you were sitting there.
Yeah, it's a house.
I told my boss to get it out of my truck, or I was going to rip it out.
Right.
Because that's an invasion of my privacy, I told him.
Of course it is. Because you got downtime. I mean, your job dictates that you got to just stay out on the road. So you absolutely have downtime while you're in your truck.
Yeah.
So they have no business turning the stupid camera on.
But the thing is, it's just like that stupid law that came up with after 8 hours, you got to take a half-hour break. Well, if I drive 11 hours, I got to take a 10-hour break. What is 2 more hours?
You
know?
Right. Oh, hold on, I'm doing the math.
Great.
So,
all right, brother.
Fucking cabs and shit. All I'm stuck on now is I love those giant cabs. I want to go in not a smelly old one, but a nice one.
Ooh,
I want to look at it.
Like a little apartment.
Yeah.
Someone's not getting the point. The camera's a good idea. Friends' parents were killed from a truck driver who was smoking meth. Okay, but we're not. We're talking about where they're also using it because you're peeing into a Gatorade bottle, or you're cursing at the cattle. And also, or maybe saying some naughty words to other truck drivers while you're bored out on the highway. That's what we're focusing on here today.
Also, the fucking the toxicology report will show he was smoking meth.
Right.
There you go.
I understand why some of these companies. Well, here's a company guy. He wants the company standpoint. Kevin in Nebraska. Kevin.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I just wanted to point out, and it might be a little late, but I'm not talking about the peeing in the bottle and stuff, but the reason a lot of these things exist is because of productivity. Since everybody and their brother is texting, I run a manufacturing site, and I catch people with cell phones all the time that are liable to hurt themselves because they're not paying attention.
Right.
That's really the big driver for a lot of the companies, too, and it's no different than driving down the road. You see people texting, that's the biggest issue. And I'm not against it, don't get me wrong, but that's what the companies are trying to protect themselves against at this point.
All right, but then they're using it for just things that are completely out of control, no?
Yeah, at some point it's going to become a legal issue the other way when you start embarking on people's privacy like that when somebody's peeing in a bottle. I mean, you do have your own rights, but from my standpoint, though, in manufacturing, that's why we use them all the time, just to keep an eye on the employees. And productivity suffer because they're always on their phone,
Yeah.
Right.
If you don't, if you're not being productive, you're not turning the dime and not making any money for the company.
Listen to this guy.
But don't you fire that guy? And then maybe people will wake up and go, "Oh fuck, they're firing guys because productivity is down."
Yeah. You can, we use it as a coaching tool initially, but, some people never wake up to it.
Right. All right.
But can't there be something in the cab that kind of just knows when a cell phone's being used as opposed to listening to everything? It's not that hard to tell if a phone's being used.
Yeah, you're probably right with that.
Like if the phone is used, can't you have something like a piece of metal that will slam down in front of the windshield?
All right, guys.
It might be down on the highway.
Wow, would that be terrible?
Veterinarian wants in on the cattle cursing thing.
I don't blame him. How do you not after seeing all those cattle vaginas?
Right.
Will in Texas. Will.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, the deal is you can't let these guys have hot shots and polls and all kinds of other bullshit because they're not smart enough to use them properly.
Oh.
So they stress these animals out. It decreases the quality of the meat. It increases the amount you got to cut off. And on top of that, it's a main issue,
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's certain things you can't, I don't know. That hot shot's pretty fun though to use.
Yeah, it's more fun to use. It's more fun to use on your buddies.
That's true.
Do the cattles get their feelings hurt when they get yelled at and cursed at? And does that mess up the quality of the meat?
Yeah, it stresses them out.
I don't think the cow knows that you're saying "fuck you" to them or move.
No, that shit doesn't bother them.
Yelling at them, they don't care about that.
All right.
It's more the beating.
All right.
So
yeah,
thank you.
Hey, but anyway, that's the reason why there's too many humane issues and people make a fucking video and all that shit. You just got to standardize everything. So
this is well balanced. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's an answer for everything.
There is.
Let's say hi to Daniel in Jersey.
Morning, boys.
What's up? You want to talk about kosher slaughtering?
Yeah. So, Jimmy mentioned before about this law they passed in Denmark banning kosher and halal slaughtering.
Right.
Just so you know, I am Jewish and I do only eat kosher.
It's very obvious you're Jewish.
Oh, Opie, you're going to get suspended.
It's very obvious, sir.
Well, thanks. One of the issues that I read that people are having with it is actually, if you saw on the news a couple of weeks ago, there was a state-run zoo in Denmark that had a issue with a giraffe.
Yes.
Where basically they had this young giraffe that had been born in the zoo, and they said they didn't want to keep it there with the other giraffes because it can cause problems with inbreeding and mess up the genetic pool.
So don't let the giraffe fuck.
Yeah, we also...
There's the solution. Put him in its own area and don't let him fuck.
Right.
The way they killed that giraffe was unbelievable in front of everybody. And then they turned around and said, well, it's a teaching tool.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't imagine allowing my kid to see a giraffe being fucking murdered.
And then hacked apart.
And then hacked apart right in front of everybody.
Slowly choked is one thing.
Lip chokeable necks.
Right, so the people are saying, like, you really don't give a damn about animal rights because look what you allowed them to do to this giraffe. And obviously, they're saying there might be some ulterior motive.
Anti-Semitism. Look, dude, I know what you're saying. I don't believe that it's anti-Semitism because one dumb zoo doing a shitty thing to a giraffe is not the policy of the whole country when it comes to food people are eating every day. And I happen to agree with the policy, and I'm not even remotely anti-Semitic. But to me, if any religion says, yeah, the animal has to sit there and feel it while you slice its throat while somebody blesses it, that's just fucking childish thinking.
He's gone.
Oh, okay. Why'd he go?
I don't know. I don't know what happens, but you still get the point out. So
yeah, I mean, it's like, no, my religion said the animal has to be conscious. Really?
Right.
How fucking dumb is that?
Very.
Yeah.
Because of the magic stories that people adhere to.
Yeah, this animal has to suffer more.
There might be a lot of people disappointed.
Yeah.
In the end. Let's say hi to Josh in North Carolina. Josh.
Hey.
These phones are just not stop. They're just ringing off the hook today. Yes, Josh.
I've got a plumber's van, just like Anthony did when he was in New York, and they put him in our vans.
Yeah, that would have fucked me over years ago.
Yeah, it's awesome. They see and hear and record everything we're doing.
That would be just creepy.
For a plumber? Like, what the fuck? Who cares what a plumber's doing?
It just seems creepy, man.
Yes.
What the fuck? And there's someone that's getting off on it.
Yeah. Just trying to find what you're doing. A busybody.
Ear to the speaker and the pen in the right hand, just waiting to catch you doing something.
Anthony, why are we tracking you down in Northport Harbor? Why are you down at the boat slip?
There's wiretap laws. You can video, but you can't audio. You can't record a conversation you're not a party to.
But can you if they have knowledge of it, though?
No, some states. Well, I don't. That's another thing. If you can sign your rights away,
I think at a job you probably can.
I don't know. Some states it's one person consent. Some states two people have to consent.
But don't they like here? Don't you when you come into Sirius? Don't you say that anything that is said in the hallways or whatever, you kind of sign away your right to privacy, at least in this part of the building and in the studio. So you can sign away your right to privacy if it's not if it's not wiretapping, if it's almost like a camera in your office. Do you know what I mean?
Audio is different than video.
What if you have a dash cam?
No problem, except for a bathroom or a changing room, a bedroom.
Right, the places where video should be allowed.
Darn it, yes.
But the sign they put up at Sirius is for like when they have shows and an audience comes in and it's going to be recorded.
Yeah.
I would assume they've found a workaround because it seems like it's happening a lot. So,
or that would invalidate it. If it was illegal, that would invalidate all the things that the companies are using.
I'm sure companies have policies and procedures, but
it doesn't.
They can't violate law.
Doesn't seem right when they're using it for stuff that has nothing to do with the job at hand. Doesn't seem right.
Damn.
All right, we're going to take a break. Phone's still lit. Everyone wants in on this topic. Maybe we'll continue with that, or maybe we'll do something else. Stay there.
Opie and Anthony will be right back. On Sirius XM. Feel free to rub one out.